Hello everyone. Today I'm going to cover three expressions, Korean expressions, and it's going to be really useful. So I hope you guys enjoy the class. So let's just get into it. So the first one is 뭐뭐 하다 보니까. 뭐뭐 하다 보니까. So basically the meaning of this expression is like when you do something repeatedly, then you realize about something. So for instance, in this sentence, 한국 드라마를 자주 보다 보니까 귀가 트였어요. So this literally means as I watch a lot of Korean TV shows, like K-dramas, 귀가 트였어요. It literally means your ear has been opened, which means like your listening skill has improved. So 한국 드라마를 K-drama 자주 보다 보니까 watching K-drama often. So in result, my ear has opened. My listening skill has improved. 한국 드라마를 자주 보다 보니까 귀가 트였어요. 한국 드라마, Korean drama, K-dramas 자주, often 보다 보니까 watching often, repeatedly 귀가 트였어요. My listening skill has improved. 귀 is your ear. Okay, let's look at the next sentence. 매일 연습하다 보니까 as I practice every single day 실력이 많이 늘었어. My skill has improved. I practice every single day and in result, my skill has improved. So let's break into the meaningful chunks. 매일. Let's break it down. 매일 is every day. 연습하다 is practice something. 연습하다 보니까, can you see the pattern? 뭐뭐 하다 보니까 실력 is your skill. 많이 늘었어 has improved a lot. 많이 is a lot. 늘었어 is improved. 매일 연습하다 보니까 I practice every single day and in result my skill has improved. So 뭐뭐 하다 보니까 this expression already implies the meaning that you did something and in result something changed. Yeah. Okay. So I want you to translate this sentence into Korean. So please pause the video and try it by yourself. Okay? Okay, pause the video. Did you try? So as I kept living in Korea, how can you say that in Korean? As I kept living in Korea. 한국에 계속 살다 보니까 뭐뭐 하다 보니까 can you see? 살다 보니까 I got used to spicy food. 매운 음식에 익숙해졌어. 매운 음식에 익숙해졌어. 한국에 계속 살다 보니까 I kept living in Korea and as a result, I got used to spicy food. 맵다, 매운 is spicy. 음식 is food, right? Spicy food. 익숙해지다. I got used to. So I think this one is also very useful. So let's make another sentence. 빨리빨리 문화에 익숙해졌어. Do you know what 빨리빨리 문화 is? So in Korea, we try to do everything as efficiently as possible and as quickly as possible. That's called 빨리빨리. So 빨리빨리 is like quickly. 문화 is culture. So it's like a very Korean thing. And especially foreigners, when they come to Korea, they get mesmerized by this culture and like how efficient and how fast it is. Like delivery system and all the other systems are very fast and efficient. So 익숙해졌어. You can say that in this sentence, right? I got used to 빨리빨리 culture. something like that. So this one is also very useful expression. So I want you to try to write your own sentences using this expression. Okay, moving on. The second one is 뭐뭐를 비롯해서. 뭐뭐를 비롯해서. This one is like a little bit formal, but you can use it on a daily basis as well. Like in casual conversations, I use it also. So it literally means including. So let's look at the example sentences. 떡볶이. 떡볶이를 비롯해서 한국 길거리 음식을 다 좋아해요. It literally means including 떡볶이. You know what 떡볶이 is? 떡볶이 is like the rice cake mixed with spicy sauce. So in the sauce you put like chili powder, and it's one of the most popular street foods in Korea. So 떡볶이, if you haven't tried, I highly recommend you to try it. So including 떡볶이, 떡볶이를 비롯해서 한국 길거리 음식을 다 좋아해요. I love all Korean street food. 한국 길거리 음식. All Korean. Korean street food, right? 다 좋아해요. I love all Korean street food. 그쵸? So 떡볶이, including 떡볶이를 비롯해서 including 떡볶이. 떡볶이를 비롯해서 한국 길거리 음식을 다 좋아해요. Including 떡볶이. I love all Korean street food. Okay, moving on. Let's look at this one also. 감독님을 비롯한 모든 스태프들이 고생 많으셨습니다. 감독님을 비롯한 모든 스태프들이 고생 많으셨습니다. So including the director, because 감독님 is director, all the staff members, 모든 스태프들이 고생 많으셨습니다. Have done well. Okay, I think we should go a little bit deeper with this expression. 고생 많으셨습니다. So you can say like 고생하셨습니다. Or 고생 많으셨습니다, like in this sentence, or 수고하셨습니다. So you can use these expressions when you're clocking out, like when you finish your work and now you're going home. So you can say this to your coworkers or like your, people superior than you. 고생하셨습니다 literally translates into you did your job well today. And 고생 많으셨습니다 also like same meaning. 수고하셨습니다 is like you did well and I appreciate your contribution, something like that. So it's the most common way to say to people who you work with, especially when you finish the specific project or when you finish your job for the day. So it's really commonly used expression, so I want you to memorize this one as well. Let's get back to the previous sentence. 감독님을 비롯한, including the director, 감독님을 비롯한 모든 스태프들, all the staff members, 고생 많으셨습니다. Have done well. I appreciate your contribution. So can you see the difference? So the first sentence was 비롯해서. And this one also, you can use 비롯해서, but you can also say 비롯한. So the difference between these two is that when you use 비롯한, it's a little bit more formal, and you can see this more often in written format. So like in the article or so 감독님을 비롯해서 or 감독님을 비롯한, either way, it's okay, but if you want to sound a little bit more casual, then I want you to go with 비롯해서. But if you want to be a little bit more formal, or if you're writing about something, then you should use 비롯한. So again, 감독님을 비롯한 모든 스태프들이 고생 많으셨습니다. Okay. So now it's your turn. I want you to translate this sentence into Korean. So pause the video and try to make it. Okay. Have you tried? Okay, let's make it. So, including my friends. I think I'm gonna make this first because Korean sentence structure is a little bit different than English sentence structures, right? So, including my friends. How can you say that? 내 친구들을 비롯해서 many foreigners. 많은 외국인들이 study. 공부해요. Korean. 한국어를 공부해요. You can say that, right? Including my friends. 내 친구들을 비롯해서 많은 외국인들이 many foreigners study Korean. 한국어를 공부해요. Even this one is like it's the order is reversed, right? That's why like English speakers find it really difficult to learn Korean. And like vice versa, Korean people are struggling with a lot of differences that we share Korean and English. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. The last one. 막상 뭐뭐 해보니까. Doesn't it look familiar? Because it's literally the similar. It's really similar with the first expression. 뭐뭐 하다 보니까. And now this one is 막상 뭐뭐 해보니까. So the only difference between the first one and the third one is 막상. So when you add 막상 in the front, it implies that, so for instance, when you actually did something, and then you realized that the result was different from your expectation. So let's look at the example sentences. 한국어 공부가 처음엔 어려워 보였는데 막상 해보니까 재밌더라고요. 한국어 공부가 처음엔 어려워 보였는데 막상 해보니까 재밌더라고요. So it literally translates into studying Korean looked pretty difficult at first, but I tried doing it or studying it, and I realized that it was actually fun. Something like that. So, 한국어 공부가 처음엔 어려워 보였는데 studying Korean looked pretty difficult at first. But 막상 해보니까 I tried doing it. 막상 해보니까 재밌더라고요. I realized that it was actually fun. So, initially, your expectation was like Korean it's too difficult, it's too complicated. But once you actually do it, you realize that, oh, it's actually fun. You get it? So when you add 막상 here, so it implies that the result is the opposite of your expectation. So 한국어 공부가 처음엔 어려워 보였는데 studying Korean looked pretty difficult at first. Studying Korean, 한국어 공부가 looked pretty difficult. 어려워 보였는데 at first, 처음엔 막상 해보니까 but I tried doing it and I realized. So it implies this part as well, realization. 막상 해보니까 재밌더라고요. It was actually fun. Something like that. Okay, let's move on to the second one. 자, 막상 만나보니까 생각했던 이미지랑 많이 달랐어요. How can you say this? How can you translate it? 막상 만나보니까 I met the person and the image of the person was different from my expectation. It literally translated into like this. I met the person. 막상 만나보니까 생각했던 이미지랑 So 생각했던 이미지 is your expectation. 생각했던 이미지. Like how you used to think. How you used to think about the person. Think about his image. 많이 달랐어요. Was very different. was very different, like this. So it also implies that your expectation was like this, but when you experienced, after you experienced, you realized that your expectation, the reality was very different from your expectation. So that is what 막상 does in this sentence. That's the function of this word. 막상 만나보니까 I met the person and realized 생각했던 이미지랑 많이 달랐어요. The person was very different from the image that I had in mind. 생각했던 이미지랑 많이 달랐어요. Okay? So now I want you to make Korean sentence. I want you to translate this sentence into Korean. Okay, so pause the video and try it by yourself. Okay, have you tried? Okay, let's do it together. I was worried. 걱정했어요. About traveling alone. 혼자 여행하는 걸 걱정했대. 혼자 여행 가는 걸 걱정했는데 But when I actually did it, 막상 해보니까 it was fine. 괜찮았어요. Okay. 혼자 means alone. 혼자, alone. 여행 가는 거. Traveling alone. So 여행 가다 is traveling. So 혼자 여행 가다 is traveling alone. 걱정했는데 I was worried about. 막상 해보니까 But when I actually did it, 괜찮았어요. It was okay. It was fine. So we covered 3 expressions today. The first one was 뭐뭐 하다 보니까. You're doing something repeatedly and then you realize something. So 한국 드라마를 자주 보다 보니까 귀가 트였어요. I watched K-dramas often and my ear has opened up. Like my listening skill has improved. 매일 연습하다 보니까 실력이 많이 늘었어. I practice every day and my skill has improved. And you can say that as I kept living in Korea, I got used to spicy food. 한국에 계속 살다 보니까 매운 음식에 익숙해졌어. 빨리빨리 문화에 익숙해졌어. So 익숙해졌어 is you getting used to something. Okay? And the second one was 뭐뭐를 비롯해서. So it means including something. 떡볶이를 비롯해서 한국 길거리 음식을 다 좋아해요. Including 떡볶이. I love all Korean street food. 감독님을 비롯한 모든 스태프들이 고생 많으셨습니다. Including the director, all the staff members have done well. 비롯한, including. Okay, the last one, the last expression was 막상 뭐뭐 해보니까. This one was similar with the first one, but the first part, 막상, adds the meaning of it was totally different from your expectation, right? For instance, 한국어 공부가 처음엔 어려워 보였는데 studying Korean looked pretty difficult at first. 막상 해보니까, but I tried doing it. 재밌더라고요. And I realized that it was actually fun. So 막상, it implies the meaning of realization. And also your realization was very different from reality. Yeah. Okay, the second one was 막상 만나보니까 I met the person. 생각했던 이미지랑 많이 달랐어요. And the image of the person in my mind was very different from reality. Or in this sentence, and the image of the person was very different from my expectation. Either way, it works, right? So the thing is, your expectation and reality was totally different. That's the point. So yeah, this one also, we tried it. So I hope you enjoyed the 3 expressions. And the thing is, if you want to get used to the expressions, it's not enough for you to just watch the video and like just follow through the video. you need to actually make your own sentences by yourself. So I want you to write down your own sentences using these expressions in the comment section. And if I have time, I can just correct you if you made like unnatural expressions, unnatural sentences, and that way you can improve quite a lot. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.